Hey, we are back. It's our first episode in a minute. It's been more than a minute. It's been about a minute. Yeah, we are back. We're going to do a recap on NLC 42. Today with me, we have Mr. Dalton Huffstetler, a.k.a. Huffy, a.k.a. The Diamond.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about the last event. Dalton didn't fight, but he was there. He helped us set up, helped us run the show, and it was a good show. A lot of good fights, and yeah, what was it like, being around and just kinda being on the other side, but not actually fighting and just, enjoying it?
I actually got to enjoy a little bit. Sometimes you got all the anticipation of just trying to fight somebody. You don't
Mhm.
get to pay attention to everyone around you. So this time I was able to do that and get to really visualize and see and get to entertained by the fights that came up. So I was really enjoyed myself.
What was, what was probably your favorite fight on the card?
My favorite fight was probably Kitchen because I think out of all the experience,
Mhm.
he fought a really tough guy. So I think the Kitchen fight was my favorite one to watch, and I was anticipating that one a lot.
He's so good, man. So the first time he came back, it was his first fight in, I don't know, 10, 12 years, and,
Yeah.
he still looks sharp. He got hit a few times early, though, and, this time, his head movement was on point.
Oh my
And,
gosh, yeah.
I mean, we may still not even see his final form. He may come out next time be twice as good as this. Like, Carney's really good, but it was just so crazy, like, Carney would throw these combos, and he was just
Yeah.
dipping away, didn't you not I don't know if he really took a good clean one or not, but his head movement, footwork was on, looking sharp,
Yeah. But I also
and,
really enjoyed because we was in Charleston area. I really enjoyed how J.R. Crockett was able to bring a whole city. I mean, you thought he was in Marmette itself if he was
yeah,
there. So I mean, he brought the fans, so that made it even 10 times better for everybody.
yep. We had some security, we had cops in there, and I was like, "Man, I hope nothing happens because there's a lot of people. Like, we've got
Oh
we've
yeah.
got we've got security and police here, but we don't have enough for that crowd."
Yeah. Yeah, they came in
But
deep.
yeah, like
But that
I
just
mean,
shows the
that's
rising
their
star.
I mean, he is the king of Marmette, so I mean, he probably
Right.
they would probably, get beheaded if they didn't come support him or support the king, so get executed.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
so yeah, so we'll take a look at the fight card here. We had 14 on the card originally, and we had a guy, oddly enough, it was a fight I had an alternate scheduled. So we had Logan I'm probably mispronouncing it. I'm saying Spielok. I don't know if it's Spellick, but yeah, Logan was supposed to fight Jordan Patterson. And whatever happened, Jordan didn't make it. Then he had an alternate who was there, weighed in, saw the doctor, did everything he had to do, and left. I don't know. He left and said he had some crazy excuses, but also then he just admitted, he was just nervous, worried. He didn't know anything about his opponent, and he was just worried. I mean, like, dude, he didn't know you either, and you're all jacked up.
Yeah.
He's a high school kid, and you look like you're training for Mr. Olympia or something.
Yep.
And the guy with the muscles disappeared and didn't fight. Whatever. So Logan's was pissed off and got on the mic, talked a little trash. But yeah, they
Yeah,
left
he
us with
did.
13.
But he had some good comments to say about that. He called some people out, and
Yeah,
hopefully we get to see that in action. So we'll see if they accept that challenge, and hopefully gets a fight finally. Because that's all we want to do in the NLC is be able to build the best cards. We don't want to see this
yeah,
flopping back and forth. If you're a real fighter, we want to add you.
no,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and it's a sport, man. It's a sport, not a spectacle, not nobody's enemies.
right.
They were planning on meeting up at somebody's gym and fighting, and I advised them not to do that, so I
Oh,
don't think it's
yeah,
gonna happen
right.
now. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a good idea. So, yeah, so our first fight, so we had in the Dutch Miller Auto red corner, we had John Brumley out of Charleston, trains at Butch Hiles. In the Momentum Pipeline blue corner, we had Serge Cushman, and Serge has fought here 3 times. He boxed in August, he kickboxed in November, and then this was his second boxing match, and, they had a really good fight, and it was a split decision for Brumley, and, do we have how many splits do we have that night? Well, is that just the only one? Yeah. So, that's the only split decision.
Besides the draw, which will be next, but yeah.
Actually, the draw was a split draw. So,
Right.
one
Yeah.
judge I think one judge gave it to Burnett, and then the other 2 had a draw. So yeah, it was a good fight, man. Surge is not with a gym. He's trains on his own, I think with his cousin, and
Okay.
he looks really smooth. He's technical. I think if he gets with a team and that he could really turn that all around.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so too. It was a close fight into the second round. I thought Serge got a little bit winded in the second round, but afterwards
Mhm.
he just had that second win and he came back, and that's how it kept on. It kept fighting until the very end. So I give him applause for both of that.
Some of that may be just because he doesn't have that team, that team atmosphere. He's not getting the sparring, the mitt work, the stuff he needs. He's probably doing a lot of running and a lot of, shadow boxing, maybe hitting the bag a little bit at home, but
Yeah.
yeah, if he could get with the team, that would really that would be good for him because he's already good. He's already very technical, smooth, knows what he's doing. He's calm, and doesn't take a lot of damage, fights smart. Just he keeps losing. I think he's lost 2 split decisions and he had a draw. So,
Yeah, so that should tell you, like, he's right there fundamentally where he's able to
mhm,
compete a little bit, just doesn't have that edge to be pushed until he gets into a gym. So make that cross, man, get over there and let's see what you really can do because 'cause you're just at the beginning. There's so much more for you.
yeah, he's got potential. I see it. He's got the size, got the athleticism. Yeah, if he just put a little bit of it together, I think he's gonna be good. He's gonna be a good one. Then, that was a middleweight boxing match. And the fight number 2, we have Lucas Schaefer, who's fought, kickboxing and boxing here, made his MMA debut against Tanner Burnett, who
Yes.
is, making his debut, and he trains with, Coalition or yeah, Tanner's with Coalition MMA, Cochran and those guys in Marmette, and, Schaefer is with the Concrete
Concrete
Coliseum
Solitude.
and Butch House.
Yes, yeah, and that was a crazy fight. Yeah,
Fight
Tanner
of the
Tanner
night.
came out strong in the yeah, it was fun night. Yeah, Tanner came out
Mhm,
strong in that first round, and Lucas had to take some adversity. But once he found his range, once he found out what he needed to do to control Tanner, then it was just a back and forth brawl. Like anybody could have said Lucas won, or anybody could have said Tanner won, and it.
mhm.
I mean, I think it was a fair call to call it a draw.
Yeah, they both had some really good moments. I wanna see I need to look at the scorecards. I'm just curious. I mean, because for a draw, there's a 10-10 round or there's a 10-8 round. So there's something,
Right.
um, I'm just curious how they did that. Like, what round was a 10-8 or what round was a 10-10? Uh,
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
find those scorecards.
I wanna bet it was probably round 1 because Tanner came in strong in that first one, and then Lucas was because I think Tanner got him on the ground, was able to control him on the ground for a while, and then
Mhm.
Shaver eventually got up. But I think that control kind of won him that round. But then second round,
Well,
then it was like the reversal.
that would just be a 10-9 though. I mean, if somebody edged them out, I
Yeah,
mean, for a 10-8, you'd have to absolutely just beat the hell out of them in MMA. So in boxing, you
yeah.
knock them down, you get that 10-8, but in MMA, like you have to dominate a round to get a 10-8.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that's why I'm
that'd be interesting.
curious.
We'll have to see that. Yeah.
I don't know if the scorecards are online. I'm gonna look really quick.
Yeah, sometimes they post it on the box rec, but that's for boxing. I don't know how they would do it for the MMA. I don't know if you go
Well,
to
yeah,
Underdog or
they put
whatever it
them
is.
on, they put them there, and alright, so they did not put the MMA on box track this time. Let me go check the MMA site. They usually don't put scorecards on here, though. Here's that fight. Nope, no scorecards. Actually, they don't even have the results on there. It still says pending.
Oh, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll have to
Oh,
check
still
I have to
a little
check with the
fresh,
commission.
yeah.
I was talking to the commission on the phone a few days ago, and he was wrapping this up, getting everything put on there, but looks like he didn't submit it. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's, for another day. I am gonna check that out, though, because I am curious how they got a 28-28.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I think
somewhere s
there's some history with, Lucas Schaefer and Tanner. I mean, like, because the
really?
teams are very close. They're well, not like history as far as, like, they had beef or anything, but I think maybe once or twice they ran into each other just in sparring or something like that. I think
Mhm,
that's why it made it even more of an interesting. Because you gotta remember, they're, like, 2 streets apart from each other. They're both in Marmette
yeah,
now. So it's not like they're not gonna see each other getting rounds in. Because I know
mhm,
something about the West Virginia teams in general. everyone likes to travel and get working where they can. So you're gonna run
Yeah,
into people that you didn't expect you was gonna fight, but you just happen to fight. And I think that might have happened with them too. Don't mind my words,
and
but I feel like that would have probably happened.
yeah, it hurts in MMA sometimes because these guys cross train, and there's not a lot of MMA fighters in the state. So then you cross train with all of them, you can't. Then they don't want to fight anybody. Like, well, I don't want to fight them. I cross train with them. Like, all right, what gym in the state do you not cross train with? Come on.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it makes it hard to match some certain. Because there's a few guys, everybody I've offered him, he cross
Mhm.
trains with them every
Yeah.
single. So this guy's 0-0, and he hasn't fought, but I've offered him a few fights, and he can't. He's like, can you bring somebody in?
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that makes it difficult. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go on down to the next one here. Oh, my son Gavin Noe made his boxing debut against Nicholas Lyons, and in a heavyweight boxing match. So Nick has the first time Nick fought here, he was 170, and he's kind of bounced around. He's done a lot of 185 and some cruiserweight boxing, which was 200. But yeah, so they
Yeah.
fought heavyweight. But Nick was matched for cruiserweight, and no, he was matched for, was it 185 kickboxing? Something, but he was over the weight. He was gonna have to cut for it, and his opponent pulled. And then
Okay.
Nick, at the time when he hit me up, we had a lot of fights, and he said, "Well, you got anybody else for me?" I said, "Well, the only guy I have to match right now is my son because I had him matched with somebody else." And then their coach wouldn't let them fight Gavin. They assumed he's training a lot, I guess, but he's not. He's only trained like 5 times.
Right.
But yeah, they whatever. So I was like, "Yeah, I got my son." So he's like, "Yeah, I'll fight him." I was like, "Well," he's like, "What weight?" So I told him. He's like, "Yeah, let's do it." Like, okay. So Nick's making his heavyweight debut now. But yeah, that was a 45-second knockout.
Yeah.
I
45
think
second
Gavin
knockout.
got him. I think Gavin got him with the up jab because he threw a 1-2, and then he came up through that, like, the up jab. He's been working on that. I taught it to him the first time I held mids for him, and he said
Yeah.
so I held mids for him 3 times. He worked it some, and then he went and sparred twice, and he said it was working in sparring, and he was wanting to throw it in the fight. And I'm pretty sure
There's a
that's
few
the
things I can
punch.
say. There's a few things I can say about Gavin, with his
Mhm,
backstory, because he's like one of the people that are like me, and it's so strange that people don't understand it unless you're a fighter himself. But Gavin was nervous for the fight in a sense. Like,
mhm.
it's his first fight. He's a young kid. He just got out of high school, and
He's still
Nick
still in
has
high school. Yeah,
still in high school, and
yeah.
that's even crazier. And Nick has experience, has the background, has been training for a amount of time. So you can be confident that of course he was going to be nervous. But the thing about Gavin is he's such an athlete. He's got that background of high school playing sports and wrestled and doing all this stuff that he's been doing. That once that cage door closed, it was it for Gavin. He had straight
Mhm,
face. He was ready to go. Had no nervousness. He was just ready to put on a show. And then the power that he only threw like 6 punches total against Nick, but they're just he's got heavy hands. So he hit him with the other jab,
mhm.
and he backed Nicholas up, and then he hit him with a 1-2, and that was it. And that's all she wrote for him. So I was very impressed with Gavin when he took that
Yeah.
fight.
I I had when I held mids for him, I had to tell him to hold off a little bit on that power because he was hurting my shoulder.
Yeah, yeah,
He hits pretty hard. I mean, he's learning it. Didn't really know how to box, but he punched hard, so he's got that
yeah.
going for him.
Yeah, and Nick
But
Nick is one of those guys that he loves to fight, man.
mhm,
He just got done fighting Eric on before that, and got him with a standing Ezekiel choke, which was really impressive. And then he
mhm.
decided to go into boxing. Nick is he's a little bit shorter guy. He's like what 5'7", 5'8". So
He
I think with his experience,
5'9", maybe? I think, yeah,
yeah,
5'9".
he's definitely a little bit shorter. So I would
Mhm.
love to see him like lose some weight and get in there and fight some guys. Maybe like I think maybe his niche would be in 5 foot or sorry at 154. Like if he can get the weight
Yeah,
properly, he could be dominant and a force to reckon with because we know he's
yeah,
got the power too. He just got to be able to not take such heavy fights. So
yeah,
I look forward to seeing him
yeah.
too, maybe a little
I
lower weight
think
classes than heavy.
he has a back injury, and 'cause he was
Yeah,
talking about going down in weight, get down to 145, and then he had a back injury, and then same with me. I was like 160 at one time, but
yeah,
yeah, I hurt my back, and it was just like just keep going up and up and up, and
yeah,
just like you
yeah. If
can't
you hurt
run
that
and
back,
stuff
it
anymore.
makes you
So
so. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that may be it. We may not see Nick at 140. It's hard to lose that weight when you can't run.
Yeah,
So
he's
you
been
got to get
edging on the
strong
fence
now.
anyways. He's been edging back and forth if he want to continue or not. But that just shows his fighting his spirit because The doctor's
He
somewhat, and
wants to so bad,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to throw his medical stuff like that, but apparently the doctor's saying it's probably not the best idea for him. Like he's not like suspended or anything. They're like, hey, I'd probably rather you not do it. He's like, nah, dude, I'm a
Mhm.
fighter. I'm a fight. So you gotta give him that.
Yeah. Oh, he wants to fight so bad, so he can't stand it. Like, they tell him you can't do
Yeah.
it. He just wants to prove to him he can.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, we'll move on down to number 4. We have a lightweight MMA fight. Nicholas Asbury from Coalition MMA there in Marmette. He's active duty military right now. I think I'm not sure Army or Marines. Yeah, made his second fight, and he fought Jimmy Wingate, who had a lot of boxing matches, but Jimmy's making his MMA debut. And this one went pretty quick. It was it was submission of the night, but it was the only submission of the night. Rear naked choke, 1 minute, 7 seconds. I don't think Jimmy knew how to get out of it. Nick didn't have his hooks locked in either. So yeah, went to the ground, and Nick Nick had some good ground and pound. Jimmy rolled over, and Nick went immediately for that choke. It
Yeah,
was
oh
like
yeah, yeah,
as
it's
soon as he
quick.
locked it in, Jimmy was tapping.
And
Um,
Jimmy Wingate's one of those guys who he trains a lot on himself. He just doesn't.
mhm.
Hasn't been to a gym to be able to train with a proper team. He's still one of those guys again where he's self-trained and he's got all the potential. He just got to find the right coach to get him to that next level. But yeah,
Yeah, I
aside from
think he
that,
would have there. He's in Mount Sterling. I think he would have to come to Lexington to get to an MMA gym. That or go to Moorhead. I don't know which one would be closer.
yeah.
He might be like right in the middle. It's probably 30 minutes to either one of them. Something like that.
Yeah, he's tough. So like I said, I
Yeah.
think if he gets the proper training, you get it. But yeah, now the guy he
Mhm.
fought, I mean, come on, Nick Asbury, he was a beast. I knew that when I looked
Yeah.
at him. I was like, yeah, this guy, he looks like he's a
Yeah.
wrestler. And as soon as that door closed and that bell rang, he threw some punches and then he double legged and it was up from there. He was able to full mount the guy, Wingate, and he was able to ground and pound. And Wingate did the
Mhm.
smart move by trying to, to lay on his stomach and then push up and get up. But while he did that, he left his neck exposed really bad. So that's when he was able to grab that choke. And sometimes when you got a
Yeah.
strong guy like Asbury on you, it doesn't take much. So yeah, that's why it was so
Mhm.
quick because you didn't need much to do it.
Yeah. Asbury, I don't know if you saw his first fight. He got dropped bad in the first fight and then fought back to win. He just grinded it out.
Yeah,
He was losing on the feet, and, he was getting beat, and then the dude landed a clean shot. He dropped, the dude jumped on him to finish him, and then he reversed it, got on top of the guy, and then just pounded away. So, pounded away until it was over.
yeah,
That
and
was
that
Nick's
was
first fight.
pretty much the same thing that just happened here, except he didn't have
Yeah,
to get through all that adversity first.
yeah. Yeah, he came out and took over. So, fight number 5, this one ended weirdly. If you watched the pay-per-view, I mean, our crew, everybody thought the other guy had won. So it was professional boxing light heavyweight. Eric Mon making his debut against Chris Bennett, who had 3 fights already. So it was weird because Eric dropped Chris a couple times. I think at least once, maybe twice in the second round, and
Yeah,
Chris was saved by the bell. And Eric was hyped up and went back to the corner. His corner thought the fight was over, and because they thought it was 3 round fight, but it was because I guess it was their first time cornering somebody in a 4 round fight.
right.
But yeah, and then Chris was over on his side, and Eric said he was trying to get his mouthpiece out, and he had his boxing glove on, and accidentally shoved his
Yeah,
mouth guard kind of back in his throat, and it gagged him, and he puked a little bit, and stopped the fight. I mean, you
yeah,
puked, the fight's over. So
right. Yeah,
that was unfortunate. It'd been nice if somebody had that bucket in his face.
right. Because it was
Yeah, but
impressive.
yeah,
Like
that was.
he landed good shots. Eric Mon landed good shots against Chris
Hmm.
Bennett and made it a really good fight. And Chris Bennett to this day said that was one of the hardest fights. Eric Mon
Yeah.
was just he pressured him very well. He was able to keep the distance, to maintain the distance, and be able to land shots that he wanted. Because Eric Mon was actually just a little bit shorter than Bennett. And yeah, Eric Mon did a little shake in the ass dance for him
Chris
when he
didn't
hit
like
that.
that.
He did
Chris did
not.
not like that.
But but Eric's always been like that. He's always gave some type of
Hmm.
entertainment, and he made everybody have a good time there. Yeah, it was an odd finish, but again, this is where you got to tighten things up a little bit more. Where it's pro
Hmm.
versus amateur, like that was a small mistake, but that's a big cost mistake because pro that stays. That's that can hurt you in a
Hmm.
lot of ways. So hopefully for Eric Mon's team, I'm sure they're very experienced, but maybe get that bucket in a little bit faster for him, get that mouth guard out of there. But Chris Bennett, he was tough, man. He got dropped a few times, so nobody can ever say that he's not getting the fight because right now he's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
fighting everybody out there. So I give him props for that.
Yep. Yeah, just I mean, getting up. If you get dropped, you get up. That shows toughness right there. Because a lot of people
Yeah.
give up, but
Yes.
I mean, Chris, I believe he won some rough and rowdy brawl tournaments back in the day,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago or something like that. I was judging and reffing fights back then, and I didn't
Wow.
remember his name, but I remembered his nickname, In It to Win It. I always remembered that guy and liked watching him
Yeah.
fight, but and then it had just been a long time, and then he kinda came back on the scene, and I'd forgot about him, and I heard that nickname, I was like, "Wait a minute, I remember a guy with that nickname back 10 years
Yeah.
ago." And it was yeah, same guy. So that's pretty cool seeing him back around competing again.
Yeah. He took a little bit of hiatus and then he came back and I think he even skipped the whole amateur scene. I think he said, you know what, I'm ready to go pro now.
Yeah,
Because I think he's a little bit older, just like I am. He was like, I want to make money doing this. Just like Eric Mon, he did the
yeah.
same thing. He took a few amateurs, now he wants pro just for the money. So yeah, he took about 10, 12 year hiatus and came back.
Eric's stories funny. Eric's a hardcore fan of the sport, and then big time UFC fan. He created that community, Fight Bros, with David Fournette, and just a fan of the sport, loves it. It's his passion. And then he was like, you know what, I need to do at least one. And I think he just randomly saw one of our posters or something online, and he signed up to fight. And so he came in. We didn't know anything about him. And we had another guy, didn't know anything about this other guy. And I think the other guy was 0-1 actually. And then Eric was his debut, and they were the same size. So it looks on paper looks like a pretty good match, and it was not a good match. Rob
Yeah.
Mayernick, who is now a professional fighter, he wore Eric out, and a lot of people were like, "This guy does not need to fight again." Like Eric got dropped, I think 3 or 4 times in the fight. He kept getting up.
Yeah. Right.
Eventually, it got stopped, but yeah, he kept getting up, dude, and then the referee stopped it. Like, nah, that's it. Like, I'm not letting you go anymore. But
Yeah.
and he was because it was just like a one time thing. I want to do it one time. Just said did it. Then he was like, all right. I'm a little embarrassed from that. I got to do another one. I got to redeem
Right.
myself. I just want to do one and not look so bad. He's like, even if I lose, I'm just going to do one more. And then he came out the next fight and looked incredible. He was training with TJ Hensley and those guys over around was it Portsmouth? I think so. Tim Dunn, those guys. But he came out looked like a completely different fighter. Won that. He was like, well, you know what? I want to get one more. He's like, I want to get to where I have a winning record, and then I'll hang it up. I just want to go, I'll get it 2-1, then I'll quit. And he got that one. He was like, I want to do one more. He did one
Yeah.
more, got 3-1. He's like, you know what? I want to win a title before I quit. And then he
Yeah.
fought for a belt. He fought Denzel Chapman, who's also a professional now, and he lost that one. And on the way too, he also Eric 5'7", Eric beat a 6'6" fighter in one of his early fights too.
Oh wow. Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, wild. And but yeah, it was just Eric's whole career has just been like one more, one more, one more. Even it was like I want to do MMA one time, I want to do this one time. He's fought for he hasn't won a belt, but he came close. He fought for a kickboxing title, fought for a boxing title. Just same came so close, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna do at least one fight before I quit. And he went and did that, and it left a sour taste in his mouth the way it ended. So now he's like, all right, I got to do another one. So
Yeah.
he was just texting me about June. He's wanting to fight in June now.
Yeah.
So
Eric one more Mon. That's what he's gonna name
that
him.
should be the nickname. Just Eric one more man. I gave him a nickname he didn't like. It was Eric come to Jamaica and have a good time, man.
Oh wow.
He didn't like that. I thought it was funny, but he didn't.
That's a long name to put on a
Come on.
poster.
I put it on one. I used a picture of him getting knocked down by Rob Mayernick, and it had him falling down,
Yeah.
and it had that long nickname. Maybe that's why he got mad about it.
Probably.
Maybe it was the picture, not the nickname. Yeah, yeah. Eric, one more mon. Yeah, I would like to see these two fight again because that was a really good fight.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I agree with
Eric's gonna
that.
come out looking better next time, but so will Chris. Chris
Yeah.
is getting better every time too because Chris was out of it for a long time.
Mhm. Yep.
But yeah, so moving on down to the next one. Another one ended in a weird fashion. We had Josh Sullivan making his MMA debut against Gunnar Cox, also making his MMA debut. Gunnar was the youngest fighter on the card, younger than my son too. He might be younger than Logan Spilak's also still in high school. So we had a couple young guys, high school kids fight. Three high school kids on the card. yeah, so Sullivan fought Gunnar Cox. Gunner's really good. His mom's a pro fighter. His uncle's a pro fighter. So he's got a lot of potential. He's tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3", 185. He could probably make 70 pretty easy. But yeah, they came out, had a good back and forth round. But Sullivan landed a really good shot, and his Gunner's eye closed up on him. He couldn't see, and he had to bow out of the fight. Smart move.
Yeah.
You don't want to come out and especially against Sullivan's got some power. You don't want to come out, not being able to see out of one side and
Right.
catch another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good stoppage. I hated to see it stop like that, but
Right.
it was a good fight, man. They both had some good moments in the round. Sullivan had some better moments. He had some ground and pound. Then when Cox got on top, Sullivan almost locked in a triangle twice. Didn't quite get it, but yeah,
Yeah, they were
it was a
definitely
good
scrappy. Yeah.
that was a good fight while it lasted. Just one round. They stopped it after the first round ended. Um, yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah.
And Sullivan, he had a kickboxing match here just a couple months ago and wrecked his opponent. And he fought Jason Buttery, who's tough as hell.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop that guy, but I don't know if Buttery even went down in the fight. You had to spend about 10 minutes cleaning the blood out of the cage after that round, for that fight. Um, Fight 7, Bobby Johnson defending his featherweight kickboxing title against Grayson Hostetter. Grayson came into the fight undefeated. Bobby was 5-1, and leg kick knockout round 1.
He ate those legs up. He ate
God,
those legs
dog,
up.
yeah.
He ate those legs up. Bobby Johnson came out there with a mission, and that was to tear his legs up.
Yeah,
This almost
and
showed what
he
true
did.
kickboxing is.
It's crazy. I've seen people get stopped with leg kicks, but I've never seen them get stopped in the first round. And then he was needing help getting around after that fight, man. Bobby ate that. I say legs, but he ate that one leg up. He ate that one leg up. Um, Might have been a good idea to switch stances at some point, but it was like every time he would Bobby's quick, man. Every time Grayson would go to check a kick, Bobby would punch him with a right hand. So
Yeah,
he was
absolutely,
mixing it
yeah.
up. And that last one was great. Gray went to go check a few of them, and Bobby feinted him, and then just came in with a hand. And that last one, he landed the right hand and threw a kick right behind it, and then
Yeah.
that was it. He stepped back, planted on it, and went down. And then when he tried to get up, he was on a knee. He waited a few seconds to recover, went to get up, and his leg kind of buckled, and he went back down, and the ref stopped it. He got up.
Yeah.
He was a little upset. He was a little upset. On the video, you could hear him. The ref said, he's like, "You can't walk, brother." And Gray said, "I got up, man."
Yeah, yeah. I heard that in one of the highlights. You did a highlight reel.
Yeah.
The one thing about the kickboxing on the ref eyes, like, is one of the rules that's if you cannot walk straight,
Mhm.
then we can't diagnose if it's gonna be just a leg injury or if it's concussion. You don't know the difference.
Yeah.
You have to just go
Yeah.
by off the walking motion of how you walk. So if you cannot walk a straight line, you can't do it, and he could not walk. Unfortunately, he took a
Mhm.
lot of leg damage, and that ultimately stopped the fight, which is a good game plan for Bobby Johnson. Like, Bobby
Mhm.
Johnson is one of those strict kickboxers who always does a punch, then kick. You never Most of the time, you don't wanna kick before a punch unless you're doing a different type of combo. You always want to blind their eyes, then kick. That way they can't check it easily. And Bobby did that beautifully. I think that was one of the best displays that Bobby's ever done. If you watch all his
Mhm.
fights, that was probably one of his best performances. Masterclass.
Bobby's had a few fights where he's just came out and just brawling and
Yeah.
taking damage, but yeah, I don't think he took any at all this time. I don't know. I'll have to go watch it back and see if he got hit. But you you take a guy's leg out. Yeah, it's good, man. You fighting a guy that likes to dance around, calf kick him, slow him down.
Yeah.
You're fighting a guy
Yeah.
that has a heavy right hand. You want to take out his front leg so that he can't put weight on that leg to hit you. Same thing. You're fighting a lefty. He's like to throw a big heavy hand from the back. You want to beat above the knee. You're fighting a puncher. You want to go above the knee, take that out. You're fighting a guy that likes to move, go below the knee, take out the calf.
Yeah.
And Bobby's just taking out everything.
Yeah.
Bobby's
Yeah.
just taking
Yeah.
out anything in his way. He's gonna make sure you can't punch, you can't move, nothing. But yeah, I think Bobby was going above the knee on those though, so he was
Yeah, he was hitting the
taking
thigh
it
the whole
away.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
Hofstadler will come back. Hofstadler will come back from this. This is
yeah,
not one of those
he will.
fights where he just got completely dominated and like he needs to reevaluate his whole situation. It was just literally one mistake that he needs to prioritize is learning how to check kicks
Hmm.
even though he's getting punched. If he corrects
Yeah.
that, he'll be a menace when he gets back. He'll be able to progress better. He just needs to learn how to
Hmm.
check better, and then his overall game is good. Just work on the checking.
Yeah. You're gonna start liking this guy because your names are your last names are close, and then I'm gonna
Right?
make y'all fight. Then I'm gonna just make y'all fight because your names are too close. Huffstetler
Oh
versus
man.
Hofstetter.
Well, he's gonna have to meet me in boxing
Like,
because I'm not kickboxing Hofstetler.
come on, man. You've been wanting to do a kickboxing match. Why not fight the guy that just fought for a
Right?
belt?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, line it
I
up.
mean, you were the one that was asking to fight Roman Belcher in MMA recently, and then I advised you that's not a great idea.
I was like, I'm gonna give her a punch his chance, and then you was like, I don't know if you know about his ground game or not. And then we did some study, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Thanks for settling down. I'm not taking that.
You see, you were saying something like, "Well, well, I got a little bit of wrestling." I was like, "That's the worst thing you can do with." It's like you don't want to go to the
Right.
ground with this guy. He's more dangerous on the ground than he is on his feet. Like we
Yeah,
know he's a
yeah,
killer on the feet, but he's even better on the ground. Like you don't want that.
yeah. I thought maybe I had it like
I
I had a
don't.
good comparison if it was on the up
Yeah,
thing up top. But then you said ground game, and he's better on the ground. Like, oh, I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
sit my little ass down.
yeah. I think you said that. I'm gonna try to land a big punch. If that doesn't work, I'll use my wrestling. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, you might not want to do that. Oh man, let's see. All right, yeah. No, yeah. So after intermission, we came out. We had big old tall 6'5" Jerome Whitfield coming into the fight. 1-0 MMA against Timmy Likens. Timmy had 5 fights already. Well,
yeah,
Jerome had a boxing match too, so he's 1-0 boxing, 1-0 MMA. And this was another quick one. He came out, landed a big shot on the feet, and then just rushed him, man, and just threw a big combo, landed one. Timmy went down, and he was doing ground and pound standing up though, because his arms are
right.
so dang long.
Yeah,
He was literally standing up, ground and pounding the guy.
yeah,
So I mean, Timmy was at that point was pretty much helpless when he's on the
yeah.
ground. I mean, you can't really pull guard or yeah, you couldn't pull guard. You couldn't pull the guy in close because the guy's standing up.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't even straddling him. He's like standing in front of him and still able to catch him with that stuff. Like those long arms, man. That was nasty.
Well, Jerome is just one of those guys who actually like has long arms and knows how to
Hmm.
utilize that. You get a lot
Yeah.
of taller guys, lanky guys who just kind of like they look kind of sloppy because they don't know how
Hmm.
to properly throw a punch or properly use the length they have, so it looks awkward for him. He makes it look nice and crisp, and he's for his height, he's a dangerous guy at 155. Whoever fights in MMA, boxing, whatever, they have a tough fight just because of the length itself.
Hmm.
Once you get inside, then what? Now you got to wrestle the guy. Well, guess what? He's got a high school wrestling background. So good luck. So he keeps going. He might be
Middle
he
school
might be a
wrestling
rising
background.
guy. Was it not high school?
No, he
Okay, I thought
wrestled
it was high
middle
school.
school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
He
either
played
way, he still
basketball in
got
high
something
school.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I
But
look
yeah,
forward to this.
he's
I look
got a
forward
little
to
bit
this.
of basic wrestling, and I think he once he puts some jujitsu together, he's going to be dangerous on the ground. But
Yeah.
he's already asking for a title shot. I told him who he could fight for a belt at 155. So
Who's at
we'll
155?
see. I think Mr. Belcher.
Oh
Mr.
yeah, that's
Belcher
right.
won.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Belcher.
Roman
I
is
keep
just
thinking he's
1-0, but
165. Yeah.
yeah, he's 1-0. But I got him. He's ranked number 1, man. Even though
Yeah.
he's only got one fight, I mean, dude, he's won so many jiu-jitsu competitions, and his he's our kickboxing champ, boxing champ,
Yeah.
two
Right.
boxing champ in 2 divisions. He's yeah. So yeah, even at one fight, but at the one fight he beat a former champion in his debut. So
Yeah. 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 I
yeah, so he's
with Jerome.
clearly number 1. So yeah, if I told him, yeah, if you're looking for a title fight at 55, that's who it's going to be.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, that'd be interesting. I would like to see that one
Hmm.
too. I mean, I would brush up a lot on the jiu-jitsu because, like you said,
Yeah.
he has a crazy background in jiu-jitsu or in wrestling jiu-jitsu in general. So Jerome's gonna have to
Hmm.
drill that. And if I
Yeah.
was Jerome and I would set that fight up, I would probably set up around September just to get all that training you can before you take it. Belcher's not somebody you take on a
Hmm.
month notice or a 2 month
No.
notice.
No.
That's crazy to do.
Yeah.
You would need a full at least 3 month camp and just drilling
Hmm.
everything you know about Belcher.
Yeah.
So, but either way, I think that would be pretty interesting. So, we'll
I just
see.
stay away from him. brush up your takedown defense, stay away, just hope you can land something.
Right.
So,
Well, you know,
'cause you're not gonna
it's
catch him on the
crazy too
ground.
because he's 150. Roland Belcher's still 6'3",
Mhm.
and Jerome was 6'5", so it's not like he's gonna have that huge length advantage either. So those are all the kind of things you gotta look at when you go against the champ, and he's a champion for
Mhm.
a reason.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, moving on down to fight number 9. Yeah, we kind of discussed this one a little already. We had Thomas Kinchin fighting Stephen Carney for the super middleweight boxing title, 168. So Thomas, you look him up on BoxRec, you would see a record now of 4-2, but it was more like 44-5 or something like that.
Really,
A
I didn't
lot of
know
his
that.
fights.
Really, okay.
Yeah, USA Boxing as a youth boxer, and they weren't back up until just the last few years. I guess after he quit, but back then they were only reporting fights from like national championships
Yeah.
and international competitions, but not from like local events. So like now, if you fight, more than likely, like every fight you have is going to be there. But when he was younger, they were only reporting the national tournament in Denver and things like that, or the international competitions. So yeah, he had a lot of fights that there's probably video somewhere, but they're not on paper, or they're not in a database online.
Right.
So, but yeah,
Hey,
so he has a lot of
Kitchen
experience.
Kitchen in the Carney fight was still a competitive fight. I mean, it was still good. Carney just didn't really know how to deal with that pressure. And me and Kitchen, a lot of people would compare us, even though we're two weight class, like we're way different weight classes, so we'll never clash heads. But we're like the same exact fighter. But there's one key difference that I'll say about Kitchen that is different from me. I'm a pressure fighter that's relentless, and I just stay there and I throw as much confidence as I can to get in there. The Kitchen is a sniper. Thomas Kitchen is a sniper. He waits for his moment. He makes you miss, and then
Hmm.
lands his shots. Then busts off the combo, resets, then makes you miss again, and then go back. And when you got somebody like that who can snipe you like that, that's very impressive. And it's that because you don't get a lot. You either get a whole bunch of pressure, or you get a whole bunch of people who want to stay in the back and try to point fight with you.
Hmm.
He could do almost both, but snipe you at the same time. So that's pretty cray. I don't even know who we're gonna be able to get for him next because I say a lot of people are gonna be like, ugh, on that one.
Yeah, well, Petway is sitting at 4-0, and he's wanting that title, but
Interesting.
Petway is matched up with Evan Bowman for the next one. Evan's 2-0.
Okay.
Edward is 4-0. So I mean, they're both on the radar. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's a big difference in being 4-0 versus a guy that has over 40 wins. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
there's a big
Sure.
difference there.
Yeah.
Carney came into it 14-5. So he'd been in there 19 times. But yeah, Petway, he's got some MMA, some kickboxing, some boxing. But as far as boxing, he's only got 4 fights.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
is for a local promotion, local little regional promotion. Like he's at up toward the top of the rankings, but the guy at the top, has got 10 times the experience that you have, like more than
Right.
10 times the
Yeah.
experience. So for every
Yeah.
fight you have, he has more than 10.
Right. Yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah, that's our 168 division. That's where that's at. Yeah, you got Thomas Kinchin at the top, but he's on his way down. He
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably going to land. He's looking to go 60 next and probably 54. I don't know how low he's going to go, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would say he'll be at 60 soon, maybe 54 soon. We'll see. But yeah, he's not going to stay at 68. I'd say he'll defend the belt until he gets too small for that. But
Or if he can't get a competition, and then
yeah,
he'll probably jump down. Yeah. I mean, that would be
yeah,
good. 154 might be tough because he's a thick. I mean, he's just ball of muscle at the same time.
yeah,
So that would be
yeah,
interesting to see him at 150. I could definitely see him at 160, 154, maybe. But the good thing about
yeah.
those weight classes, like 160 is only 6 pounds before you get to 154, so it's not that dramatic. So he might be able to make it, but gosh, that'd be pretty impressive to be able to keep dropping like that. That's like sound like I am. Except we're staying away from each other by keep going down and down.
Hey, he's like where you were not long ago right now,
Yeah, yeah, that's
a
right.
couple months ago. Yeah, you're like he's a big dude, but then you're thinking like, hey, 3 months ago I was that same weight.
I was actually the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I was 3 months ago. It's just like it wasn't muscle like that.
No, no.
Yeah, here you were what was the highest weight you fought at?
165.
65, and now you're walking around at like 50, 51,
Yeah. I think last time I went this morning, I was 149. So
49.
we're getting down. We're creeping down there. So yeah, I'm gonna land at probably at one. I'll probably end up landing at 140. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm definitely not one. My highest weight I've ever been was 210. That's when I was real bad. So if I could do it, I know he could do it. But he's a ball of muscle, so it's a little bit different type of
Mhm.
dieting than I had.
Yeah. I want
He's
to
just
see
gonna have to
you
stop
versus
lifting those
Eric
weights.
Mon. I want to see you versus Eric Mon at 210.
Yeah, right. You would just be him slugging it out. He's a pressure fighter too. It's just being him, just clashing
Yeah,
heads right there in the middle of the ring.
you guys are like the same kind of fighters. What I've always said. You guys are like the same
Same bald
exact
head, the whole
style.
thing.
Everything, beard, yeah, all of it. Yeah, you might have him on the height though. He's 5'7". I don't know what you are.
5'6".
Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Eric might come out with the reach advantage. I don't know. Unless he's lying about his height, he might be 5'6". Maybe he's not 5'7".
We'll get a face off.
So just to face off, just to see who's taller. That's all it is. No shoes. Can't be cheating. Yeah, Eric will put those big insoles in there, make himself like 3 inches taller. Yeah, let's see here. We'll move on. All right, we were just talking about Petway. So
Yep.
fight number 10, we had Chase Morgan coming in 1-1 MMA against Edward Petway 2-2. They did a catch weight of 175 and 3-minute rounds MMA. And it was a good competitive fight. Chase took it. All three judges had it 30-27, so he won every round. It was not a beatdown, was not a domination. Petway had some moments in there. But yeah, I mean, Chase won all three rounds, so that's how you got the score 30-27.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chase looking good, man. We know he can wrestle. His jiu-jitsu's coming along. His striking's definitely coming along. I mean, he's really working on the boxing and the kickboxing. And he does that weird spin sweep that you would do on the old Street Fighter games on Super Nintendo.
On the ground, where they sleep on the ground?
Yeah, you spin and sweep that leg. I
Yeah.
used to do that when I was like in that bonus round when you're attacking the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase does that move when he's.
Is it effective? Is it pretty effective?
I don't know. I don't know if he's
We
landed
need
it.
answers to that. I need answers.
He's thrown it a few times. I need to go back and see what his percentage is throwing that sweep. It's like a weird spin kick, but it's like a sweep that I saw on that video game Street Fighter.
Like Bruce Lee said, "Don't fear the man that throws 1,000 kicks. Fear the man that throws one kick 1,000 times." So eventually he'll land.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy it lands on. I mean, he's got that really good ground game. So I mean, if you hop over that sweep and try to jump on him, now you got to deal with his wrestling. So
right, yeah.
It's like, what you going to do?
Well, I think that's how the fight was happening, right? With Petaway and it was Morgan. Petaway was getting the better exchanges at the top, but then Morgan was able to get down and get him on the ground, and then that's how it became an even playing field. So Chase get that. If Petaway gets that ground game good, he'll get a little bit better. He'll be even a top contender one day. Same thing with Morgan. As long as he gets his striking down, he'll be able to be a better fighter as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're both still early in their fight careers and coming up. And Petway's got a lot of experience, man. He's got I think maybe three kickboxing matches, 4 boxing, and now 5 MMA. And then he's had some grappling matches here too. So he's active. Maybe we'll see him transition over into sumo or something soon. Get some sumo matches.
You think with that kind of record, you're thinking he's fought 4 or 5 years. Petaway fights at least once a month or every 2 months if he can. If he can fight every 2 weeks, he would do it. We just don't have the events. We don't have enough events for that. But he would do it.
Sometimes his coaches just have to slow him down.
Yes, yeah.
That's a big part of it. He wants on every card. Like he'll take, if you ask him that, he'll fight on every card there is. No matter what it is, he's there. He wants to fight. But sometimes his coach is just kind of like, nah. Let's wait. You got this one coming up in 3 weeks. Got that one in 5 weeks. Like, let's not fight next week. So, so they got to kind of slow him down sometimes. And he loves it, man. And he's definitely got a love for it. And he's got the best attitude, man. You can't beat that guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, always good talking to him. Yeah, he's ready, man. He messages me all the time, like, "Hey, you matching for this one yet? You matching for that one yet? You matching for this one?" I've got him on. Like, anytime I on my matchmaking things, and anytime I make a new one, I just go ahead and add him to it.
Yeah,
I know I
right.
know he
Might as
wants on
well.
there. He hits me up. I'm like, "Yep, I already had you on there, man." He wants on all of them. I'm like, "Yeah, you're on the list. Let me know what your coach says." So yeah, it was a good fight, man. Yeah, 30-27, all three cards. But yeah, it was a good match. Pat Wayne will come back stronger. So let's see. Oh, this was a big fight you were really looking forward to. So Jordan Clark defending his title, his super welterweight or not his welterweight boxing title against Emmanuel Manning. So you and Manny were competitors before, and then
Yep.
you cornered him this time. And
Corden, yeah.
yeah, so
We got some
I know
history
you were
now.
yeah. Oh, y'all had that split decision fight, and then he comes out and takes a knockout win in round 2. So
Yeah.
how's that feel just to know that, like, at least one of those judges picked you over him just 2 months ago, and then he's holding the title?
Yeah. I mean, it just shows what kind of level he's at this point. You know what I mean? He, yeah, he had a split decision. He dealt with a pressure fire like me, right? And he was able to get that adversity and win that split decision, rightfully so. I think there's some mistakes that I'm gonna fix now and correct later. But yeah, he went after that. He went to Broad Tribe, went to a gym, got some good sparring with Corey Jacob. He actually went in crazy enough. He went in with Thomas Kitchen, got some sparring with them. So he just got more fundamentally sound within those
Mhm.
2 months, and it came back
Yeah.
and showed because you have to remember about Manning, he doesn't have a legit gym, right? He goes home and he goes to a like Planet Fitness or wherever, and he has the heavy bag, does some cardio, and that's pretty much it. But just 2 months or just a little bit of time spending with Thrive Tribe, he comes back and does this to Jordan Clark. That's to me is insane. So just I want to see how he does as he keeps progressing. And of course, I want to see how I do at a rematch with him one day. I don't think that's ever going to happen because of our weight differences. Where I'm going down, he might be going up, or he might be staying. But
He's all over the place,
he's a
dude. He told
character.
me he'll fight anywhere between 140 to 160. He just wants to
He just
fight.
wants to fight. Yeah, yeah,
He wants to fight. He doesn't want anything easy. He wants to beat all the best fighters that are around his weight.
yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
wants.
And the Jordan Clark, and he's so teachable because when the Jordan Clark fight, I told him that Jordan Clark unfortunately does the Philly shell a lot. He likes to do the Philly shell. Unless you're Floyd Mayweather, the Philly shell is not something you want to primarily use because there's one thing
Yeah.
that everyone knows that could beat a Philly shell fighter is the overhand right, which would have been my biggest asset if I would have fought Clark. And
Mhm.
I told him, I said, what you need to do is throw the body a little bit. Well, when you get the chance, you see it wide open, throw the overhand. It's going to land and it's going to devastate it. And what he do in that second round, he picked that shot
Oh.
and then he sat back for a minute and said, "Bow!" Hit him
Mhm.
right over top of the, right there on the temple, right on top, and put Jordan
He
Clark
threw
down.
that right before it. He threw that body shot, that right
Hmm.
to the body, and it's the same motion as the
Yes.
overhand. And you just go here, you throw the body, and you come around through the same thing, but then you come over top. So
Yep. Well, because
usually,
if you watch that fight with the Jordan Clark, he he thought he was going down because I saw Jordan Clark
mhm,
go up like this because he'll go for the uppercut. So he's
yeah,
going to uppercut Manning, but Manning he went over the top. So that's
yeah,
yeah, he had that. It was perfect whenever he did that. He was
mhm,
able to what do you call it, mask his next move, if you will, against him.
yeah. It was
So
exactly like this MMA fight, Rashad Evans and Chuck Liddell. Exactly how that fight ended.
yeah,
Rashad,
yep,
Chuck thought the straight to the body was coming, so Chuck went with that uppercut, but Rashad came over top, overhand right, knocked him out.
yep,
Same
yep.
exact finish. And that was probably knockout of the night of that UFC, and then that was knockout of the night here at NLC.
Right.
But yeah, Clark's ready to get back in there, man. He's already like
Yeah.
he's already reaching out, wanting on some cards. It's probably the first time that's happened to him. He's a smooth fighter, so he's going to come back even better now. I mean, and Clark's another one that fought when he was younger and took a
Yeah.
lot of time off and then came
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
He came back and it was pretty close to that fight we had in June, and the fight card was pretty much full. We had just lost like somebody had just dropped out. I don't remember who it was. Whoever Roman was supposed to fight first, Roman Belcher's opponent pulled out, and then it was like right around that same time Jordan reached out, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a little rusty, hadn't fought in a long time." He's like, "But I'll fight whoever you got. I don't care." He's
Yeah.
game, man. He wants to fight, and I was like, "Well, man, this isn't the fight I would like to throw your way, but it's kind of all we have at the moment." It was Roman Belcher, and he's like, "Hey, I'll take it." And
Mhm.
at the time, dude, and still even now, it's hard to get Roman a fight because a lot of people don't want to fight Roman, and
Right.
So you had a guy was like, "Hey, I'll do it. Let's go, take it," and he took it, and he got beat. But I mean, it's Roman, man. And Jordan was a little worried that like we might not bring him back. Maybe we weren't impressed. I was like, dude, no, you just fought a guy that nobody wants to fight. Of course, I'm going to bring you back.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Then he came back and won the went down a weight class, won the belt
Yeah.
there, and
Yes. Yeah.
so he's a good fighter, man. He'll come back even stronger from this, and
Mhm.
he's still getting back in the groove. He's only been back in boxing for like 6 months, so
Well, the big thing
after a
about
long hiatus.
Jordan Clark is not only will he come back and be even better than he was, I'm
Mhm.
sure he's gonna watch that tape. He's gonna see what he lacked on, which I think is being pressured. But like he's like 45 minutes down the road from me. So
Yeah.
anytime I've already talked to his team, we'd love to get with him and work on him. If he gets used to somebody like me pressure him,
Mhm.
he ain't gonna worry about nobody pressure him. But the point where I was getting at is he's with Correlation,
Coalition, yeah.
a team coalition. Sorry, that's a dog team. Like you
Mhm.
got Griffith Key, you got J.R. Crocken. All those guys in there are top fighters already, and they're just starting
Yeah.
as a gym. So he just
Yeah.
sticks in there, stays in there, trains hard every day. This is just a little blemish on his record, and he's gonna get up
Yeah,
on
yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's a lesson learned. As an amateur, that's why you're doing amateurs. You're preparing to be a pro, and you learn this stuff. It sucks. You don't want to take any brain damage in the process, but and I think he's fine. I mean, he just got his bell rung, but yeah, that's what it's about, man. It's gonna be a lesson learned, and I guarantee that what happened there won't happen again. So
Right.
then when he goes pro, he'll be ready for that.
Well, and another thing with Jordan Clark, he didn't lose no fan base. I can tell you that right now.
No, no.
He didn't lose no fan base. I mean, he gained a fan extra with me. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what he does.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll move on down to the next fight. We had a pro MMA fight number 12 here. Professional flyweights. Money Mitchell Vaughn making his pro debut against Gavin Teasdale from Pennsylvania. Gavin was a 4-time high school state wrestling champion in PA, and there's only a handful of people have ever done that. I mean that's a big deal. You win states as a freshman, and then continue to do it for the rest of high school. So 4 years in a row, he was the state champ. Then he was on the team at Penn State, and then he made the team at Iowa. I don't think he really competed at that level, and took some time off. Now he's back into competing, wrestling, doing the jiu-jitsu tournaments. I think he went out to Vegas and did the EBI, the
Okay.
Eddie Bravo Invitational. So
Yeah.
he's competed out there too, and then he had two. He was 0-2, but it was at LFA, which is a UFC feeder, and then I think Fury FC maybe, and then
Okay.
both guys he lost to, and he lost a split decision. So both guys he's lost to were legit fighters, and he belongs to that level. He's ready to go up. His wrestling is incredible. Once he puts together the striking and everything else with it, but yeah, his wrestling is ridiculous. And then Mitchell Vaughn, that's what he's always been known for is wrestling, and Mitch just couldn't wrestle with this guy. But that was Mitch's thing. Mitch and a lot of the fights where Mitch was against really good fighters, like his wrestling is what carried him to victory. And
Right.
but then he just fought a literal world class wrestler in this fight.
Yeah.
Mitch looked good on the feet though. His striking's coming along, and I've noticed that since Eric Maul was probably the first, and then a few other people joined Tartarus MMA,
Yeah.
that Mitch's striking has improved. I mean, not that it was like terrible before, but he's just got more guys his size. I think at one time he had his coach. His coach was a good coach, but his coach is like my size, so it's like sparring a guy like my size all the time. It's probably a little
Right. Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Then you get these guys your size, you can just do more things.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
progressed a lot since their team has grown, 'cause
Yeah. But
it was
Mitch.
really like a jujitsu gym at one time, and now it's MMA gym now. They got a lot of fighters there now, so
Yeah. Yeah. Mitchell Vaughn. The thing with him is, yeah, the guy was 0-2, right? But Mitchell Vaughn had a very tough fight from the get go. When he
mhm,
got in there, he just made his pro debut. Now, yes,
yeah.
he had some. He fought who was it, Eric Kuhn in the amateurs and stuff like that. And Eric Kuhn's a
He
great
yeah.
fighter himself, right? But to
Yeah, he
jump
has
into
2 wins over
pros,
Coon, yeah.
right, and then jump into the pros, yeah, he went straight into pull. Now he did lose, but like let's say UFC looks at this,
It's
they're not gonna be
respectable.
like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not. They're not gonna be like, oh, okay, he's ass. they're gonna be like, okay, he's taking top dogs. He needs to
Yeah.
work on this, this, and that, and third, whatever. But at least he's up there and he can compete because he didn't get submitted, he didn't get knocked
Mhm.
out, he didn't get TKO'd, he didn't get dismissed or anything like that. So to be able to go with a guy like Gavin, and most of the time had to endure pain on the ground because that's where it
Mhm.
was most of the time was on the ground. It's only up from here for Mitchell, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters. And
I
Tisdale,
told him
well,
after
now
that
he's
fight,
one
"You're
and two.
probably not gonna fight another wrestler at that level for a while."
No,
There's
no,
just not that many guys like that.
well, not even at the UFC level is there guys like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like
Yeah.
most you if you I don't know if you never noticed this, but most guys in the UFC that are just getting into the UFC now, obviously the veterans they're black belts, but most people that go to the UFC they're only purple belts or blue belts, some brown belts at the most. Then when
Well,
they have like
they might be a
10
purple
more
belt in
fights.
jiu-jitsu, but they probably wrestled since they were 4.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Yeah.
the level of the college wrestling that Gavin had,
Mhm.
he's not going to face
Yeah.
that for a long time
Right. Yeah.
until he gets to that
I mean,
UFC
yeah.
level.
I mean, Pennsylvania is one of the best states there is for wrestling, and you're a 4-time
Yeah,
champ there. That's a big deal.
yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, and I think Mitch wrestled in Kentucky. I don't know what his accomplishments were there, if he even went to states. I don't know
yeah,
if he like, how he did. Yeah, I mean, dude, at one time, and this wasn't that long ago, so when Mitch came to NLC, he was 1-5 as a MMA fighter, and he closed out his amateur career 7-7, and was, I think, also undefeated kickboxer and maybe 2-1 boxing or something like that. But yeah,
mhm,
when he first came to me, 1-5, and that's all he had. He had 6 MMA fights, 1-5, and yeah, and it really turned it around. Like, what has strung together a lot of wins. A lot of those were here. He fought at other places too, but he had a lot of wins here.
yeah,
And I think he lost his only loss. No, okay, he's lost twice. The first time was to Dante Owens in a
yep,
boxing match.
yep,
You know, we're all familiar with Dante. He's our champion. He's our reigning 135 champ. Just I think he just defended that belt. And then his other
yeah, he did.
loss
Yep,
was Eric. God, I'm blanking his name, but dude that also has a win over Eric Kuhn. And yeah, his 2 losses are both legit fighters, and that was a main event title fight. And yeah, and then so both guys he lost to were legit amateur champions, and one of them's pro now, and the other one is Dante's going pro soon, I'm sure.
yes,
So
yeah, yeah. Two different
so
worlds though. I think Dante's gonna go strictly
yeah,
boxing. So,
yeah,
but
yeah. But I mean,
that just
Mitch
shows.
is not even, and Mitch was doing well in that fight.
Yeah,
Mitch
oh
was
yeah,
doing well, and then he got mad over something and got a little overly aggressive and got caught against
yeah,
Dante.
yeah, yeah.
I don't remember what it was. They fought at Bridgeport in the cage in a boxing match, and it was a good fight. I'm sure Dante was winning, but like something got to Mitch, and he just got way too. I remember his cornerman telling him to calm down, and then he got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's still got a bright future.
Yeah, yeah,
Not a whole
yeah.
lot of
I
one.
don't
And
look as
he's got a fight for us in July or June. He's already matched for June against Doug Ballinger.
good, okay.
Doug's fought here twice. They're doing a 130 catch weight. Doug's
Yeah, yeah.
a taller bantamweight. He's I think 5'9", and Mitch is 5'4".
Okay, yeah.
Doug's more, and Doug's it's going to be Mitch's second fight as a pro, and Doug already has 17 fights as a pro.
Oh, Doug's been busy.
Doug
He's
has
been
been busy.
he's been busy.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, so that will be announced soon. Let's see here. We'll move on to the main event. This was a crazy hyped up fight in Charleston. Both guys, we had J.R. Cochran from Marmette against Andre Miller from Charleston. So, both guys right there in the same county, really close. West Virginia, it's a city, but it's not like a major city, and everybody knows everybody. And that place went nuts for this
Oh,
fight.
yeah. Yes.
Um, I was out here. I mean, during that fight, I was security. I was moving because there were people standing in front of other like front row people were about to fight other people for getting in front of them. People from GA
Right.
just like all ran up to the front and they were standing in front of people, and then we were having to move people around and get like, hey man, you're blocking the people who sit in the front row. Come on.
Right. No.
So I was moving people around, and if I didn't get the people in front of you, I'm sorry, but I moved who I could. Yeah, that was it was a wild fight. J.R. Cochran came out, took the win, round 3 TKO. He had a couple knockdowns in the fight. Andre was not going to quit, man. The referee stopped it. Andre was not
Yeah.
going to quit.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
He was exhausted. He was beat up, but he's tough. Like Andre is tough. He's not going to quit.
Yeah.
The only other time I saw Andre get stopped was his corner threw the towel in, and he was pissed off. Andre didn't want to quit that time either. That was
Yeah.
Tevin Bonner
That was in
and that
Logan.
Logan.
Yep.
Yeah, he did not want to quit. And
Yeah.
I mean, he was almost at the end of the fight. He was almost there, and then the towel gets thrown in. He's like, "What the?" He
Yeah.
was fired up. But yeah, Andre did what he could, man. But JR's a little beast, man. He
Yeah.
packs a punch. He's getting quicker. He's losing weight, getting quick. His footwork's coming along. All of his techniques coming along. He's just looking better every time.
Look, he reminds me of a Daniel Cormier
Yeah.
when it comes to that. He's short and compact, but he's got power. Daniel's got that power too. Yeah, that fight was kind of crazy. The buildup was what was the shocking factor. The fight itself wasn't as competitive as we was hoping at the time, but the
Mhm.
buildup was definitely was all hyped up to be as far as the buildup. Like I remember when I was at the event and I was helping you out and I was helping everybody out and I was quote unquote doing security but trying to get chairs and all that stuff. And we had to separate them boys at one point because they just kept going back and forth with each other. And we was like, hey, you
Yeah.
have to stay in the back in the weigh-in room or where the fighters are, and you have to stay up here in the front until it's time to y'all scrap. Or it's gonna because they were at each other's throat yapping. And we was like, y'all keep it up. Commissioner's gonna cancel y'all's fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was, and it all stemmed from a Facebook podcast, if you will, like an interview. It all stemmed from
Thomas.
that. Like they was all both just chilling, having fun on the Facebook, and then here you have your fans talking a little bit. Then once the fans start talking, then it gets y'all two talking, and then it gets a little bit
Mhm.
where you don't want to get. But that's the thing about Jr. I will say that I respect that about Jr. too. He's either all about business or he can be really humble with you. It all depends on what you want. Because, he was telling and same with Andre Miller. They were both saying, hey, we
Mhm.
could take it to the streets if you want. Because they're both from the streets of, I guess, Marmette and Charleston, if you will. And so we could roll deep with our people and all that stuff. And they did, but they was gonna roll deep. And once they did that, once that fight was ended, it was like nothing ever happened. They shook
Mhm.
hands, had great sportsmanship with each other, and wish each other best luck in the future. And that's what I think is the most respectable about both of them. They don't hold grudges. They did what they said they was going to do, and then they part ways. Now you see Andre Miller posting this new fight that's going to be exciting, which is going to be Lucas Wright versus J.R. Crockett. Now you see him posting J.R. Crockett and
Mhm.
listening to best of luck and this, that, and the third. So I just love to seeing that about them too. So that's what I think is the best thing I liked about the whole thing.
It's good to see when two people compete and then they can be cool after. And they even
Yeah.
when it was like kind of chippy at one point, I was talking to one of them and he was like, "Yeah, that interview kind of got out of hand." He's like, "But I
Yeah.
don't have anything against the guy." I talked to the other one. He's the
Right.
same way. He's like, "Yeah, it got a little crazy, but no, we're cool. Nah, we're not enemies. I don't want to fight him outside the ring. We're just
Right.
competing, man. I want to win. He wants to win." They were both they both had the same attitudes. I knew that. I figured they would end up being pretty cool as long as like
Yeah.
their people weren't fighting each other outside the ring. They were going to be cool in there.
And
So
it's usually how that goes. Like the two guys
yeah.
that are cool, but everyone else is the one is still have beef. That's just like families. Like
Hmm.
if you tell your family about your wife and you and your wife make up, your family's still gonna have some type of grudge against them because they didn't know what happened really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep.
really like that, and I'm really looking forward to this Lucas Wright versus J.R. Crocker, and that's gonna be for our cruiser. Is it a cruiserweight? It's cruiserweight,
Cruiserweight,
right?
yeah, Lucas holds the title right now. Lucas
Yeah.
is on his way down to light heavyweight.
Okay.
JR, which is in boxing 175. JR's on his way down. I think he's wanting to land at 170, but he's looking to go to 185 for April for MMA.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're meeting in a cruiserweight boxing match. Lucas holds the belt there. I don't know if he's going to want to keep it when he gets all the way down. When he's fighting at 75, he's going to keep the. I mean, yeah, I don't know what his plans are,
Yeah.
but up until March, he's cruiserweight. JR's cruiserweight. They're both on their way down. They're meeting each other while they're going down. Lucas has a lot of fights. I think he's 12-1. 12-1 overall. 2-0 amateur, and the rest of that was like tough man stuff. And then
okay, gotcha. Tough man and
I think he may
Mountain State
have some
Brawl.
smokers too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then JR is 3-1 overall. So it's 2-0 amateur boxing, and then 1-1 in the brawl stuff. So
okay.
And that was like, 60-second fight. That's a weird thing. You can't be a technical fighter in a 60-second brawl.
Well, I
You'll
don't
lose a
think I could
decision
even thrive in that.
just from throwing it. You throw a jab, like you land a clean jab, the judges don't even count it. So, but yeah, he lost a decision in a brawl match. It was literally a 60-second fight. He lost a decision against a dude. It was pretty darn good, like 6'5" dude. But yeah, it's going to be a good match, and I don't know how Lucas lost his, if he lost a decision in one of those tough mans or what. But I don't know where his loss came from or how it came. But yeah, as far as amateur fights go, when they're actually boxing, they're both undefeated with all knockouts.
Right, that's what I say. It's going to be one of those bombers. The thing about Mountain State Brawl and the tough man, and I've seen that firsthand with Jay Payne and everybody on my team. When it's 3 minutes or less, it's anyone's game. You don't have to be technical. You don't have to strategize. You don't have to move around and pick your targets and do combos. You can go out there and be like Marvin Workman. Now, all credit to Marvin Workman. He's a dog himself. But you can just go out there and just throw haymakers and win fights. So 1 minute when J.R. Crockett fought for that 1 minute, it's a weird one because, like you said, you could be the taller fighter, jab him to death, and you win. But it was only 1 minute. In 1 minute, Manning did that for me 1 minute straight until I was finally able to learn how to move my head around with him. So I don't really like to count those kind of events. So in my eyes, it's been 2 undefeated prospects generally, and it's going to be a banger. It ain't going to go to judges. I can tell you that. It ain't going to go to judges.
Usually the fights that you think will never see the judges, those are the ones that do. Then the ones that you're like, this is going to the, like, I was saying, I think Clark and Manning was going to go to the judges, and it didn't.
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah.
So, I was like, they'll go to a 3-round decision, then boom, knockout of the night. And then there's other fights. I'm like, that's going to be a quick one. Then they like, oh no, it was 29-28, went the distance. Dang on. You get, especially if you get two guys that really respect each other's power, they're a little more careful. But I don't know, man. I mean, but both of these guys are so confident in themselves that they may not. I mean, like they both think that they got the power to finish it, so it might come out and just be a war and see who lands a good one first. I don't know.
Who has a better gas tank? Because I know this personally because of how I fight. When you're throwing power the whole time, you're gonna have a good gas tank. So if they're both just throwing heavy hands the whole time, then it's gonna come out to who's got the better conditioning. And I don't see it playing out like a Derek Lewis versus what is that
Ngannou?
guy's name? They call him Ngannou. Yeah, Francis Ngannou. I don't see it playing like that. But either way, I think it's a main event for a reason. So we're gonna enjoy ourselves.
Oh yeah, it's a big fight, and that's a fight that I would like to have in Charleston.
Yeah,
but we're having it in Wayne, so it's not close to either guy. Neither guy's the hometown guy, but it's still the main event because like it's a high profile fight.
Right. Yeah.
I'm hoping they can still get a crowd there, but it's a trip for both guys. That would be an incredible matchup for Charleston fighting in front of JR's people. That would be insane. Him fighting for a title, him coming in as the underdog against a guy that with some of the best power we've seen in the area, fighting in his hometown. That would be insane. But we're still getting that fight. JR wants these fights. A lot of people are just like, they're like, I'll wait till Lucas goes down and weight, or I'll wait till Lucas goes pro, and then I'll go for a belt. No, JR is like wanting it right now. He's not going to wait for Lucas to go pro or whatever. JR is like, no, I want to fight Lucas. Like it's a big fight. JR wants to fight guys like that. He wanted to fight Chaz Blevins. Like Chaz is the number one light heavyweight MMA fighter in the nation right now, like ranked number 1 in the whole country. And that JR wanted that fight.
Yeah.
He's definitely
that's
what he wants, man.
He's definitely game. The other thing about JR people, if he brings the same people he did on Martinet, you never know. You might be able to have all of them come down there because they look like they were
Yeah,
deep with the fans, so they might be able to
I hope
honor
they
him.
do.
So
I hope they
that'd be
do.
pretty good to see.
He's got some support, man. The community supports him. That's it's good to see.
Yeah,
These
absolutely.
guys, they need the support at this level if they're ever gonna make it to the next level. It helps. I mean, and, like, even the local promotions, you need people buying tickets because like, that's the name of the game. Like, if you're not selling tickets, you're gonna go out of business because
Right,
like, there's not too many promotions that have had as many events as NLC has had.
right.
There's not too many. I mean, I wouldn't say there's more than 10 or 15, uh, uh, promotions that have had more events than us, or at least that are still around. I don't know. A lot of them you see, they've had, 1 event, 2, 3, 5, like, that's it, but,
Yeah.
yeah, we've had a lot of events. I lost
And
my train of
continue
thought.
to
What was I even talking about?
and to continue to, grow because you added, what, 5 boxing no, 6, I'm sorry, 6 boxing events this year? So, boxing's about to be on in West Virginia anyways, about to be real fun, and we're gonna see some new
Yeah,
faces, we got connections, we're starting to build a base for matchmakers, so we're able
yeah.
to get people from the south side, west side, east side, wherever, and be able to bring gyms that we don't even know about exist, and be able to bring them over here too. So we're only growing, and it's only gonna get better from here.
It's gonna blow up, because Kentucky's looking into legalizing state-sanctioned amateur fights. Because right now, all you can do there is USA boxing. So, I'm not opposed to USA boxing, but it's definitely different. But if they legalize the state-sanctioned amateur boxing, I'm gonna start doing a lot of shows, and I'm not gonna do less in West Virginia. I'm just gonna add to Kentucky.
Yeah.
So, the only limitation on me right now is the number of vacation days I have at my day job, which is currently 15, but I've been there long enough that after October, I get an additional week. So I'm going to have 20 vacation days plus my 2 floating holidays. And I've been rolling over 3 days since 2021.
Yeah.
Going into next year, I'm going to have 25 days. Sorry to my wife. That could be 25 events that we do.
Yeah, yeah, sorry to your wife,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I don't
Right.
I don't like I don't do vacations. I take off Fridays for fights. That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I burn all my days for fights. So it's almost like, yeah, it'd be crazy if I do 25 events. But I mean, my goal is 24. That's what I want to do. I want to start doing 24 a year.
Well,
Um,
the good news is that you recently partnered with somebody, correct? So you're able to get some of the
not
load
yet,
off on you a little
not
bit.
yet.
Not yet, okay,
So
gotcha.
Mike Shepard and I are doing a lot of shows together.
Right.
It's not like we're not partners, but like we're friends and we're doing
Yeah.
co-promoted events. So like our companies are coming in. If we make money, we split it. If we lose money, we split the loss. So we're doing probably six this year together
Wow, yeah.
out of our 16 or 17 total. Which I might have more because I'm looking to add. Trying to get Logan on the schedule. Trying to get
Okay.
2 more in Charleston.
Yeah.
So I mean, I may be I think I'm at 16 right now. I may end up at like 18 or 19 events on the year. 24 is my goal. That's 2 a month. That's what I want to do. I want to do at
Yeah.
least 2 a month. But if they add amateur boxing to Kentucky, you may start seeing me do like closer to 30. But
You're
yeah.
getting ready to your company's getting to the point where you are because I noticed in the last 2 years, just from when since I've been around or even at least been watching,
Mhm.
you've been growing exponentially. So
Yeah.
I don't you can see NLC, I'm not trying to predict the future, but you can see it almost going towards the pro side later on in the later years because you are getting
Yeah.
such a big fan base. You already got a YouTube channel. You're already working on the websites and you've already built clientele with the coaches and everything. So yeah, it's exploding and it's good to see. And then we'll have fighters for Kitchen and Thomas Kitchen, and we'll have fighters for Ches Blevins because he's going pro. I'm sure we're going to see him still, hopefully,
His
and we'll be able to
he's
get more
he's
competition
fighting
again.
yeah, he's got a pro fight, not with us. He's got his pro debut scheduled. He's fighting a dude that's pretty good. I think the guy's 1-1 or 2-0. I can't remember, but
Okay. Heck
The
yeah.
dude's a really good fighter, out of, Strong Style, and,
Yeah.
he's a teammate of Stipe Miocic in Cleveland, so that's who Chaz is
Nice.
fighting in his pro debut. It's a heavyweight or a light heavyweight out of Stipe's gym. So that's pretty. I mean, that's a big gym, man. That's like one of the best gyms in Ohio.
But yeah,
So it might be the best gym in Ohio. I don't know. You got there's a few. Ohio's got Ohio's pretty high level with especially boxing, but MMA too. Ohio's really high level. A lot of talent. I mean, Clarissa Shields is up in Toledo, right? I think it's
I think so.
Toledo.
Yeah, I think it's Lily. Yeah.
It's the city. That's the city of Clarissa Shields and William Myers, who is going to be fight. That's the guy that I fought my pro fight with. But hey, speaking of Will Myers is coming back to NLC in June. Professional boxing versus Ram Elkins. I think it's going to be a good match.
Oh, there you go. Okay, heck yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
should be a
Ram a
good
lot
fight.
too. I like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ram's
that'll be
my
good.
boy. So
Yeah.
I made some AI videos of Ram, and I turned him into he's a Billy. He's got the body of an actual ram. And he's got
Yeah.
his head, and I got him on there doing the cram stuff where he's headbutting, punching bags.
Ram.
Cram. That's old Ram, buddy. Yeah. So yeah, Ram's making his pro debut. Ram's been getting a lot of phone
That's
calls
awesome.
for pro boxing. So it's like, hey man, let's get this one for your first fight. After that, you can take whatever you want. But like, let's get you this. This would be a good fight. This is
Yeah.
a fight I want to see. That's another fight that they're fighting where both guys are having to drive like 4 hours to meet in the middle. So neither guy's local, and I'm like, but me, I'm a fan. I want to see it. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm
Right.
gonna spend some money to make that fight happen, and I might lose a little money. I don't care. I want to see it.
Yes,
I like, but
sir.
I'm friends with both of those guys. I want to see that fight.
That's
Ram and
awesome.
William.
Yeah.
If anybody, oh God, dog, we've been on here an hour, 20 minutes. If anybody's still watching, comment. Who's your pick? Ram Elkins, William Myers. What's Ram's nickname? Is it the name? His name's Clyde. I guess Ram is his nickname. Who? Are you picking the Ram? Or are you picking Billy Badass? What you
That's
want?
right.
Let us know in the comments. And but I'm not going to tell you who I'm picking. Honestly, I don't know. It's a toss up. Yeah, it's I'm
Stay
pumped for
tuned
that
for
fight.
the
I'm pumped for that more than I'm pumped for Ram Elkins versus William Myers more than I am whoever's fighting UFC main event next week. I don't even know that UFC pay per view next week. Not a pay per view anymore. I don't know who the main event is. I don't care because we got Ram Elkins and William Myers
we
coming
got
up in
Ram.
June.
That's right.
That's all that
Yes,
matters.
sir.
Yep, and I got a massive fight coming up in April 25th that will be announced soon. I'm not going to announce it right now. We haven't signed contracts yet, but we have agreed to terms. And after we finish this podcast, I'm going to go do the contracts. But we
There you
agreed to
go.
terms today. So a big fight coming up in April. Massive fight coming up in April. Good Lord. Probably going to be a couple hundred people coming just to watch that one fight.
Oh wow! All
Just
right.
probably 200-300 people for one fight. Yeah. It's going to be a big fight in Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah.
I'll be there for that one then.
We went you and I were talking about doing a 20-minute podcast. We're an hour and 23 right now, but that's because we both like to talk. And sometimes I start a sentence and I don't even forget what I'm even talking about. And I just keep going, and I take a detour and I go on a side quest. I mean, we're over here in a recap show about NLC 42. We're over here talking about Ram Elkins as a Billy Goat headbutt and punching bag. So I don't know. That's what I do. I go on side quest.
Yeah, stay patient with
I
us.
go on
We'll
side
get
quest. I never finish the main quest.
Yeah, we'll be able to crunch it down. We're getting to get the experience in there. We'll crunch it down for y'all. But yeah, stay patient with us a little bit here. We like to talk.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you get two talkers on here. We talk. All right. Well, hey, I guess we'll call it right there, man. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We got a lot of fights coming up this year. The next one is going to be March 15th in Wayne, West Virginia. We've got. I'm going to go ahead and read off the fight card for that. So, main event, we got Lucas Lights Out Right, 12-1, defending his title against the King of Marmette, J.R. Cochran. We've got Devontae Carroll. He's 2-0 coming back. He's fighting Isaiah White, 3-1 out of Princeton, West Virginia, in a lightweight boxing match. We've got Christopher Withrow. He's our former super welterweight champion, coming back fighting Cash Ford out of Indiana in a super welterweight fight, 154. That was a fight that we could have went to 47 or 54. They were both good either way. They didn't care. So we went with 54. Cash has a long drive, so we'll go 54 so these guys aren't cutting weight. Now we got you, Dalton
There.
Huffstetler, coming in lightweight boxing, This is a man that was 210 pounds not that long ago, fighting at 135
Hey.
against Cole Complete Chaos Givens. Cole just recently fought for the bantamweight kickboxing championship.
Yes.
Yeah, Cole's back to boxing in March. And then we got Kaio Karagati versus, I can't say his Oresny Jr. It was Zane Fry. You're going to have to tell me how to pronounce his name because this guy's going to hate me if I can't do that. I got to get that name. His first name it's Biliome, and it's kind of like William but with a V, and the last name Iresne. I don't know. Maybe it's just too late. You know, we're getting close to midnight. I'm getting tired, and I can't see real well. Then we got Adrian Chigola from Thrive Tribe making his debut against Timothy J.R. Isaacs out of Chapmanville, West Virginia. Isaacs has one fight. Was that, I think, Rough and Rowdy or Redneck Raw, one of those two. And then we have a rematch from September. We have Anthony Franks up against Austin Coe. They fought to a draw in Huntington. That was a fight where Franks won rounds 1 and 2, and he was doing well in round 3, and then Coe dropped him. And so Coe got the 10-8, so they finished 28-28 draw. So both of them have been asking for. We're getting the rematch. They've both been asking for it. Dude, they were both asking for it that night. They were like, hey, when can we do this again? We need to settle this. But I was like, you know what, man? Y'all are amateurs just getting started. We don't need to look at rematches right off the bat. And I was trying to get a match with other people. Coe's opponent pulled out. Well, like, he had something's going on. He is having surgery, so he had to pull out. I was having problems getting somebody to agree to fight Frank. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. They're both available. They want to fight each other. Let's just go. And then I told them they're both, hell yeah, let's go. So that fight's happening.
Yes,
the rematch is on. And I've got these 4 fights that I'm looking at here. They're all pending. They're not official yet, but yeah, we'll have more soon. So we got those 7 on the card for sure, and we've got 4 pending, and I've got a lot of people wanting to fight. So it's gonna be a pretty good card down at Wayne, West Virginia Community Center. That community center, man, they cut us a really good deal to get the gym. We need to fill that place up, so they can make some money, concession, merch, whatever they're doing over there. We're gonna have some more magnets announced soon. If you buy reserve seating, we're gonna have the Lucas Wright magnets. We're gonna have we got one of the ring girls is getting a magnet on this one. Christopher Withrow. I might have some more. We might even see Huffstetler up there. But we're gonna have a bunch of fighter magnets. You got to collect them all. You got to get them all, man.
Yes, sir.
So you got to start buying those front row seats, second row seats, so you can get one of those magnets. My refrigerator's gonna be covered in them. I've already got 4 in there right now. So,
who you got right now? There's 4. Who's the 4s?
Well, one of them's the NLC magnet, and then I've got Cochran, Kuhn, and Jared Corman.
So, okay, yeah.
If I've got Corman, Kuhn, Cochran, the 3 C's, baby. The 3 C's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cancel the Lucas one and just find more people with the last name starts with a C, and just like, hey, you're gonna have to change your last name if you want a magnet, boy. Yeah, so got to collect them all, man.
Sir.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Sorry we drug on for a long time. Dalton, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me again.
We'll be doing this again soon. Hopefully we can do it quicker next time.
Yes, absolutely. Y'all be good.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.